resources only go towards public service delivery for the benefit of the many, not subsidizing the insatiable appetites of the few. Additionally, we put in place restrictions on where government ministries, departments, and agencies could procure their goods and services, prioritizing small to medium enterprises that have been deprived of economic opportunities for decades. And this again created enemies for us among those who had enjoyed a monopoly over government supply contracts for years. But I do not mind making enemies with those who exploit and defraud Malawians, because my only interest is to serve the Malawian people. Then thirdly, to further empower hard-working Malawians and end the culture of rewarding the complacent and lazy, we increased the tax exemption threshold for workers so that they would have more money in their hands for their efforts. Most importantly, we rolled out 3 groundbreaking initiatives designed to make our people self-reliant and to build an economy in which those who work hard and work smart are the ones who prosper, not the ones who gain the system. The first of these programs was the Affordable Inputs Program to give 4 million farming households access to fertilizers themselves. For we believe that there is no dignity in any nation in looking to others for something as basic as food. And it is an indisputable fact that under my administration, this program has now produced more food and benefited more people than any other fertilizer subsidy program in the history of Malawi. Similarly, we started a second initiative, which was a loans program for those wanting to venture into business, especially youth and women. And we established the National Economic Empowerment Fund, NEF, as the vehicle to drive that. And though not everyone who applies for a loan gets one, the program has so far invested tens of billions into the creation of thousands of businesses through cooperatives across the country. And the third initiative we rolled out was to exponentially increase the size and scope of the Constituency Development Fund. And today, you can go into every constituency of Malawi, including those belonging to opposition members of parliament, and you will find bridges and roads and police stations, classrooms, sports facilities, health facilities, and the developments that are the direct result of that initiative. Your Excellency, we put all these measures into effect within the first 6 months in office. But before we had made sufficient progress for Malawians to see the long-term benefits of our approach, we were devastated by a terrible wave of COVID-19 that left over 1,000 people dead within 3 weeks, including 2 of my senior ministers who both died on the same morning. In order to save lives and stop the pandemic from running riot on our communities, we had no choice but to restrict movement within the country, and this forced our economy into a slow down before the measures we had effected to stimulate it had taken hold. While we were reeling from this, the war in Eastern Europe broke out and affected our ability to access and afford strategic commodities like fertilizer and fuel, sending the cost of basic commodities like food through the roof. Then while we were reeling from that, we were hit by 2 tropical cyclones within 6 weeks, leaving hundreds dead, destroying roads, hospitals, schools, homes, and washing away crops for over 3 million people. At the same time, the 2 climate change events destroyed one of our major power plants, reducing our electricity generation capacity by 1/3 and creating 8 hours of painful blackouts for many Malawians. And while we were yet Reading from that, we were hit by the importation of a polio case after 2 decades of enjoying polio-free status. And we are currently in the middle of an anti-polio campaign that I declared across the country, calling on all parents and guardians to take their children aged 15 and below for vaccination, with support from our partners, including GPEI, UNICEF, WHO, Rotary Club, and CDC. But while we were still reeling from this, we were hit by the worst outbreak of cholera on record, which affected every district in Malawi and claimed more than COVID did. This was then followed by a drought in the northern district of Karonga, one of our bread baskets, where half of the maize and 80% of the rice was scorched by the sun during a 6-week dry spell. Your Excellency, it was on the back of all of these calamities that Cyclone Freddy came, killing over 1,000, displacing over 500,000, washing away the crops of over 2 million, and destroying over $500 million worth of infrastructure. Even so, I can assure you, Excellency, that the calamities we have suffered have not stopped us from pursuing our national aspirations, which are captured in the Malawi 2063 vision for us to become an inclusively wealthy and self-reliant, industrialized, upper-middle income economy. This is why we have rolled out our ATM strategy of attracting investments into the sectors of agriculture, where we are pursuing the establishment of mega farms, tourism, where we are attracting visitors from targeted markets, and mining, where we have discovered rich minerals that will change the fortunes of Malawians in the years to come. Our resolve to pursue shared prosperity despite our misfortunes is also the reason why we have worked so hard to restore Malawi's standing in the world, renew our bond with our neighbors, and to rekindle our development partnerships. Our resolve to pursue shared prosperity despite our misfortunes is the reason why we have a zero-tolerance policy against corruption, which we enforce by giving more financial and human resource support to the Anti-Corruption Bureau than any administration in history, and as well as by suspending or removing from public office any official facing criminal investigation and corruption, regardless of their level of seniority or proximity to the president. Our resolve to pursue shared prosperity despite our misfortunes is also the reason why we have invested heavily in creating an enabling environment for the prosperity that is coming tomorrow by rolling out the most ambitious road and rail construction projects in recent memory, which is why everywhere you go in this city or any region of the country, you will find Malawi to be a construction site. The same is true of our heavy investment in energy to power the industrialization we are preparing to create for tomorrow's economy, including the full restoration of the power plant we lost last year. Madam President, the blackouts are gone. We are proud of what we have achieved under terrible circumstances, but we know that with great friends and partners like Tanzania, we will accomplish even more. It is therefore no small thing, Your Excellency, that when the last disaster hit us, you stood with us and showed us kindness, showed us solidarity as our friend and neighbor. And on this day of our celebration, it gives me great joy to invite you to address the people of Malawi who have gathered here and who are standing together as one nation and determined to make this country a better country for future Malawians than it is today. Madam President, I thank you for your attention and welcome you to address us. And God bless you, and God bless Malawi. Congratulations, Malawi at 59. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, Your Excellency, Madam Monica Chakwera, First Lady of the Republic of Malawi, Your Honor, Dr. Salos Chilima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, and Madam Mary Chilima, Your Honor, Catherine Gotani Hara, MP and Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi, Your Lordship Resin Mzikamanda, Chief Justice of the Republic of Malawi, Your Honor Kumbo Hastings Achali, former Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, Honorable Richard Chimwendo Banda, MP and Minister of the Local Government, Unity and Culture, and Chairperson of the Main Organizing Committee, and all the members of the Organizing Committee of the 59th Independence Day celebrations, all Cabinet Ministers from Malawi and Tanzania, Ms. Colleen Zamba, Secretary to the President and Cabinet, and all other senior government officials here present, Your Excellency Dr. Nancy Sangweme, Ambassador of the Republic of Zimbabwe to the Republic of Malawi and Dean of Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, heads of mission and international organizations here present, Your Majesties, paramount chiefs, and all traditional leaders here present, all the religious leaders here present, fellow Malawians, I'm a Malawian too, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here today in my two capacities. First, as the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and second, as a resident of beautiful city of Lilongwe since yesterday, after being adorned by His Worship Councillor Richard Banda, Mayor of the city of Lilongwe. I'm happy to have another home not so far from home, here at the warm heart of Africa. Today is a day for celebration. My heart is, however, heavy, for I cannot help not to pay condolences for the innocent lives lost during the recent merciful Cyclone Freddy that claimed hundreds of innocent lives, displaced many others, and destroyed infrastructure. I therefore ask you to do something unusual to this celebration. I ask you to join me for 1 minute of silence in remembrance of those who lost their lives and in solidarity with those who lost their beloved ones and their properties. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. Thank you. Tanzania mourned with you for the lives lost and pray for the departed souls to rest in eternal peace. We commend you, President Chakwera, for your leadership and swift actions to restore normalcy. We also applaud you, the people of Malawi, for your resilience and endurance. My state visit will be incomplete if I don't travel to Kapeni Viewpoint to see with my own eyes the devastation caused by the tropical cyclone Freddy, and I'll be there tomorrow. Tanzania wants to assure you, the people of Malawi, that we'll always stand by you and with you during the needy time as we do during the good times. Your joy will always be ours, as well as your sorrow. My brothers and sisters, I'm here to join you, my brother His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, and you, the people of Malawi, in celebrating the 59th commemoration of the independence of Malawi. I thank you for inviting me and grace me with an opportunity to speak to the people of Malawi. I could not say no to my brother. I could not say no to Malawi. As Tanzania and Malawi are relatives in blood and neighbors by accident of history of colonization. We share the culture and we eat the same fish, mbasa. The people of Malawi and the Nyasa people in Tanzania are the one and the same. Excellency, this special day affords the government and the people of Malawi not only the opportunity to rejoice, but also reflect on the progress realized since your great country attained its independence 59 years ago. As we are all aware, struggle for liberation did not end with access to political independence. In fact, political liberation marked the beginning of yet another more serious struggle for economic liberation. It is similarly worth commending that for the past 59 years, you have been able to maintain peace, unity, stability, and national cohesion, which are the essential ideals for socio-economic transformation of any nation. To us in Tanzania, the independence of Malawi meant and continued to mean a lot. As neighbors, your independence completed ours, and your progress impacts our progress. We could not feel independent and be so secured as an independent country with our neighbor Malawi being under colonial yoke. With your independence, we gained a friend, a dependable neighbor, and an economic partner. Your independence made us freer, safer, and more prosperous. Your Excellency, I commend the choice of the theme for this year's commemoration, which says, celebrating renewed unity and patriotism. The theme is timely and opportune, not only for Malawi, but Africa at large. It reminds us of our common historic background, strong cultural identity, common heritage, shared values and ethics, and an Africa whose development is people-driven. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the theme is a vivid reminder that independence comes with responsibilities, a responsibility to safeguard and sustain the hard-won independence. It demands us time and again remind ourselves the sacrifices of those who paid a heavy price to secure our independence, and to renew our resolve to honor the promises and live up to the expectations of improving welfare of our people and increasing the wealth of our nations through trade and economic relations. The United Republic of Tanzania promises to continue to be a reliable, strategic, and dependable partner and neighbor. Will never be a stumbling block for Malawi's way to economic prosperity, as we see Malawi's growth as our own growth. We'll continue to honor our obligations and support your growth. As a president of my dear country, I take the liberty to confidently say that Tanzania is satisfied with the excellent levels of relations that exist between our two countries. Our promise to Malawi is to ensure that this relation grows from scale to scale. Excellencies and comrades, it is heartening to see that I found same spirit and passion from my dear brother, President Chakwera. Since your visit to Tanzania in October 2020, a lot has been done. Our government-to-government relation has continued to blossom, and so our relations between our people. And since prosperity comes from trade and wealth creation, we ought to work more closely in this cause. We need to address challenges that our business communities are facing. We need to do more to facilitate and ease in the movement of our goods and services. Luckily, these issues were discussed in the Joint Permanent Commission between our two countries last year. I'm told that the discussions were friendly and concerns were mutual. Both sides agreed to work together in addressing the challenges. What is incumbent upon us as leaders is to continue to sustain the momentum and provide the leadership. The good chemistry between us gives me confidence that no amount of challenge is insurmountable, and no mountain will be too tall to climb, and no rock shall be hard to break. Together, we can take our relations to greater heights. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today is a day for celebration. It's not a day for long speeches. And as I said, I'm here to celebrate with you the 29th Independence Day, to express our satisfaction with the excellent relation that exists between our two countries, and to renew solidarity and commitment to continue cooperating with you for the prosperity of our two countries and our people. I thank you once again for inviting me and giving me an honor to address the people of Malawi on this glorious day. It is an honor I'll never forget, and I shall always cherish. More so, thank you for welcoming me with open arms and conferring me a resident status of Lilongwe. I promise to be a good resident and make time to visit and stay with my fellow citizens of Lilongwe, and perhaps more so upon my retirement. Lastly, and once more, congratulations to you, Your Excellency President, the government, and the people of the Republic of Malawi for marking the 59th anniversary. Long live the excellent relation between our countries. Long live our regional and continental cooperation. Zikomo kwambili. Asanteni sana. Asante sana. Thank you.
Zikomo kwambiri. Titogoze tikale kampindi bangono a president afunanso kuti awatogoza president aku Tanzania. Tikale timvetserebe ndi tuchonde timvetsere tonse. Zikomo kwambiri.
Amalawi azanga. Amalawi azanga tiye titogoze tonse limodzi chifukwa cha kubwera kwa mai president aku Tanzania. Tiye tiwaombere manja. Mheshimiwa, nashukuru sana. Mungu akubariki. Amalawi, mavuto wonse alephera kutimiza kufotokozera ripoti ngati limeneli. Sikunena kuti sitikudziwa kolowayi, n'chifukwa chake lero tikukondwerera nkumanenanso kuti tidzipereke pokonda dziko lathu, chifukwa inu ndi ine ndife tokha amene tikhoza kusintha tsogolo la dziko lino pakuchita zoyenerera. Ndipo ukondweraku chifukwa ngakhale pamaliro amaseka ndithu, ngakhale mayi akulira amakumbutsa mwana kasongezere nyemba, chifukwa akudziwa kuti ngakhale zativuta mpofunika kuti moyo upitilire. Ndiye ku Malawi kuno sizidathere pamenepa simunaone zimene dziko lino likhoza kuchita tikagwirizana ndi kukonda dziko lathu ndi kuchita zonse zofunikira. Wina athandize m'bale wake, wina athandize mlongo wake, wina akapeza mzake nkunena kuti wanyamula chikatundu cholemetsa mumuyankhe kuti si chikatundu cholemetsa, ni m'bale wanga nanyamulayo, chifukwa ndifuna ndithandize kuti dziko lino lipite pena pake. Aliyense wa ife tiye tigwirane manja. Ndizotheka kukonza Malawi kukhala dziko lolemera ndi lodzidalira, koma aliyense avale zilimbe, osachita manjalende, osasilira za mzako kuti abe ndi kulanda, osagwiritsa ntchito ndalama ya ulere. Gwirirani ntchito yake, aliyense athandize mzake, aliyense achite chilungamo. Tipindula koposa Malawi pamene tadziperekanso kwa chauta, nkudzipereka kwa wina ndi mzake, nkunena kuti tili dziko limodzi ndipo dziko limenelo timanga pamodzi ngati Amalawi. Ambuye akudalitseni. Congratulations, zaka 59 za ufulu. Zikomo.
Zikomo kwambiri President yathu Dr. Lazarus Makathi Chakwera popereka uthenga wamphamvu pa tsiku la lero. Chochitika chotsatira tsopano ndi masewero a mpira wa miyendo posachedwa apa pakati pa timu ya FCB Nyasa Big Bullets ya ku Malawi komanso Young Africans ya ku Tanzania. Ndiye nthawi imene matimu akulowa mbwalomu kuti achite zokonzekera ma warm up. Tipemphe Lulu komanso Black Missionaries kuti adzitipatsa nyimbo. Akachita zoterozo ndidzapereka kwa nzanga Dickson Chivwati Gondwe amene azatitsogolere mu gawo la masewero a mpira wa miyendo. Tipemphe Lulu, nthawi yanu tsopano. Akangomaliza amenewo the Black Missionaries Band.
Ujue nini? Kuna story mpya mjini. Iko hivi. Juzi Musa kaweka kachota. Joni naye juzi kati kaweka kachota. Halima naye nimeambiwa jana tu kaweka kachota. Hata huyo jirani yako huyo naye kaweka kachota. Kila mtu anaweka na kuchota. Unangoja nini? Ndiyo, habari ya mjini ni chota mapene. Kila mtu anashiriki kwa buku na anachota mapene. Kushiriki ni rahisi sana. Cha kufanya, kama wewe ni mtumiaji wa Tigo Pesa, M-Pesa, T-Pesa, Halo Pesa, Z-Pesa pamoja na Airtel Money, ingia kwenye menyu yako ya malipo, andika namba ya kampuni 553111. Kumbukumbu namba ni 255 au andika neno Global. Weka kiasi ambacho ni shilingi 1000. Weka namba yako ya siri, thibitisha na uweze kuchota mapene pamoja na zawadi. Hii ndiyo Chota Mapene. Kushiriki ni kuanzia umri wa miaka 18 au zaidi. Vigezo na masharti kuzingatiwa.